Rhymes are humming in the dead of the night. Electric bills climbing, ain't feeling right. Hash rates dropping, profits thin as air. I'm digging for gold, but there's none down there. I got the crypto mining blues, feeling like I just can't choose. But there's a spark in the AI glow. Rent my computer, let the profits grow. Once I was king with my GPUs. Now I'm stuck paying the power dues. Every coin I mine feels heavier than lead, but I hear whispers of a future ahead. I got the crypto mining blues, feeling like I just can't lose. Switch my power to the AI flow, turn this burden into a glow. I see the light, it's flickering on. AI's calling my machines to respond. No more digging in the blockchain dirt. This pivot might just heal the hurt. I got the crypto mining blues, but I'm stepping in brand new shoes. The AI train's on a steady roll, gonna wreck compute and regain control.
I was digging deep in the digital ground, hoping for treasure, but nothing was found. The rigs were buzzing, the heat was real. Electric bills biting like a thief who steals. Crypto mining blues got me feeling low. The profits are gone, where did they go? But there's a light shining through the haze. Renting compute might just save my day. I stacked up GPUs, thought I'd strike it rich, but the market's a beast with a wicked glitch. Hash rates climbing, rewards falling flat. Chasing that coin, I'm chasing a cat. Crypto mining blues got me feeling low. The profits are gone, where did they go? But there's a light shining through the haze. Renting compute might just save my day. AI knocking, it's a brand new game, whispering sweet that it knows my name. Ran out the power, let it learn and dream. A smarter hustle, a brand new scheme. Now my GPUs hum a different tune, training models under the cyber moon. No more digging, no more feudal race, just AI visions lighting up the space. Crypto mining blues got me feeling low. The profits are gone, where did they go? But there's a light shining through the haze. Renting compute might just save my days. Now my GPUs hum a different tune, training models under the cyber moon. No more digging, just AI visions lighting up the space.
Well, you know, it wouldn't be a Mondays with Max without being muted once in a while. So, yes, I am muted. Start timer now, says CryptoMB. All right, well, hopefully this will not be a recurring theme for the muted part, as well as being late. That is definitely not my intention. Hey, I was less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. That was not long. But yeah, let's just say 2.5 hour distraction at work, and we'll leave it at that. But let's see who is here. We got Crypto Crag, who is 8th, because he's always 8th, regardless if he's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th. Integra Guy, good to see you, sir. Thanks for being a member. Appreciate it. Amplifier Gaming. Okay, I'm going to see if I can pronounce this. Shades Le Masta, I think.
Shade Slayer Master.
Oh, Shade Slayer Master. Okay, sorry. Words are hard, especially when there are no spaces. Lukewarm mining. I meant to do that. Yusuf Putz. Sorry, I'm laughing at Sunflower Mama. She's just over there going, "Oh my god, oh my god." Yusuf Putz. Little Time Mining. Automotive Insider. That's probably just really Panda, since he's getting his new automotive channel. It's probably in here incognito would be my guess. Let's see who else. Vinny Del Greco. Good to see you, sir. Black Hat Team. Crypto MB. Let's see who else has chimed in. Well, Automotive Insider didn't deny it, so maybe. Shikar Thapa is here. MH is here. I think I already said Black Hat Team. Goat. It's a fucking goat is here. I have shown my rigs before. Yeah, I go back and look at some videos. I actually did one this year on it, actually. So you can go back. Maybe I'll bring up one of those videos and show you guys. The Welding Wonder, yes. And 700 cents a day. No, maybe if you were mining, maybe you're making 700 cents a day, but no, it's $700 a week. At least last week was. Hasn't always been that way, but last week was my best week ever. So I'll get into that in a little bit. And of course, Sunflower Mama, how did I go over her name? That's just wrong. I was distracted by the Geek of All Trades. You know what, Goat? I do have to see if I got a response to my email. And you know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Nope. Just an email back saying they'll be in touch soon. That's all. And then, of course, a marketing email from them. Yeah. Alrighty. I'll let you know what I find out. Retro Mike Tech, good to see you. $700 is daily profit for FPGAs right now. Which FPGA, Retro Mike? Which FPGA and on what coin? I'd love to know that. And Integra guys, and I'm guessing Integra guys on a cell phone would be my guess. My FPGAs are on par with your compute. Really? You guys just trolling me? Okay. No, my office is not that clean. Just what you see is clean. If you look just slightly below the picture, you will see 2 octominers down here and a bunch of boxes. And a bunch of boxes over here. So, no, it's presentable. It's all about presentation. That's what it's about. Oh, I hate it when people retract messages, and now I'm just curious as to what Integra guy said. Tari on an FPGA? How many FPGAs? How much power? That's pretty interesting. Very interesting. And are these FPGAs sold out? I said, Max, don't tell him. I'm sure you did, because you guys don't want to share in your fun. Just like Panda. Panda does that kind of thing too. I can definitely tell Tari's been doing well because I've seen it come off and on a few of my machines. So, yeah, there's that. Actually, let me take a look. Let's see, of the ones that I have... Let me share my screen. There we go. So... Oh, that is not what I wanted. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. Sorry, that was from last night. I added it to that one. Anyway. Oh, and there's no background music. Let me all right, I turned it on. Except I didn't unmute it. All right, there we go. Background music on. So this one is my 5090. That's on Python. Currently not running anything. I mean, it's whatever it did, it finished. But there's that one, and this one is 2 5060 Ti's that aren't running anything. That one, not sure what that is actually. Anybody know what that is? Let me know. Very curious. This one is probably, I don't know what that one is. Obviously, it's mining something. I'm just not sure what. If anybody knows what that is. Did it come back? Nope, not yet. But it's still there. It just hasn't started a new job. This one is, this is so weird. So this is the only NVTop that I have open in an SSH session that goes from left to right. And I have no idea why. Only this one has done that. Very strange. Very strange. If anybody knows why that happened, I'd be really curious. But this one is running a Python comfy UI something or another. And this one is 25060 Ti's. That's really interesting. What is it doing? Is it running a... No, this is already verified. Oh. That might actually be rented. Now I'm curious. Is it rented? Or is it not rented? I'm going to do a refresh and see if it's rented, because it certainly looks like it's rented. It is rented. And it's only rented one of the... Well, obviously it's only rented one of the GPUs. But hey, at least that's rented. All right. Let's see. This one, again, Python. That one is ZenBlock Miner. And same with that one. These are my two 3090s. So not a big surprise that they're mining. So nothing I have is on Tari right now, which I found interesting. All right, let me go back and check the chat. Let's see, Retro Mike. Tari has multiple algos. One of them is FPGA centric algo. And Tucker Guy and I have had FPGAs for this coin for a long time. Interesting. Let's see. Tari tanked in half. It was much better last week. Not surprising. They pump and then they don't. Sounds like Goat is trying to lead everybody astray, so that he can join in on the fun. That's what I see in that comment. FPGA facts permanently going astray. Toxic Miner, good to see you, sir. Black Sails, good to see you. Tari is way too immature and has cut rewards twice. Wow. CryptoCrack says he wishes he has a couple. I wish he had a few dozen FPGAs right now. And let's see. Yeah, when have ASICs manufacturing made sense? Well, ain't that the truth? That is the truth. Everybody prices it just... I mean, they price it to the market. If people weren't going to buy them, then they'd have to lower the price. It's as simple as that. They do not price it for how much the units cost. That is not the way they're doing it at all. By the way, is the music too loud? Let me know. CryptoCrack, we can make that happen for the right price. All right, let's see. Jumped on me a little bit. Mining and selling is what Retro Mike is doing with Tari. Let's see. All right, you guys are still talking about... let's see. Retro Mike. FPGAs usually are short-lived on chains, usually only 60 to 90 days, so you have to make a choice to hold or to swap quickly. Yeah, it's pretty much what I've seen as well. You know, I've never been in the FPGA game, but it seems like they have a short lifespan before like an ASIC or something else comes out. If only someone would put out a setup video that a noob like me could follow. See, Retro Mike, people do watch your videos. And you know I watch your videos because I asked you about that last video. Retro Mike, technically I'm swapping into other cryptos, not selling for fiat. It's okay. It's still selling. It's selling and buying. That's what it is. Yes, you may be transferring it, but it's still a sale. That's the way I look at it anyway. A conversion is still a sale and a buy. You know, potato, I suppose. Retro Mike is code. All right, well, let me, I told you I was going to show you this. Again, I didn't see anybody mention, is the music too loud? Let me know. Let me see here. Let me bring this up here. Oh, that'll work. Oh, I did not want that. All right. No, not exactly. Might have to delete the stream. Anyway, the 5060 Ti is rented. I'm really happy about that. Really happy about that. Anyway, this is what I have rented right now. I've got my 6x4090s, my 8x4090s, my 1x4090, my 3060, which this thing is like tuned down to 120 watts because one of the fans isn't working on it, and it's still just consistently rented. I mean, it's only rented for 4 cents, but it only costs 1 cent to run because I have it, like I said, 120 watts. So anyway, like I said, 15060 Ti out of the 3 are rented. And then all my 3090s are rented plus my 5090. The 5090 for a time today was not rented. But it's still making a good amount. 35.5 cents was the last time I saw it. Yeah, 35.5 cents. The other job was doing a little bit more uploading and downloading. So I was making an extra cent a day, or an extra cent an hour than this current job. And I really, really want these 2 units to be verified. That would be really, really nice. Really nice. But what you really wanted to see was the earnings. So basically, like Friday at 7 o'clock is like the cutoff. That's where the time changes. So since Friday at 7 o'clock, I'm at $337.60. So that, like, halfway through the week is Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock. I'm already at $337. So with basically 10 hours left, something, yeah, about 10 hours left, a little bit more than 10 hours left. So yeah, I'm on track to do another $700 this week. But here's been the track record. So again, I had the panel installed. So there was a period of time where, because all my rigs were expiring on the day or the day before the panel was to be installed, they're just going to slowly come off. So, and then it takes a while for you to pick up jobs that are going to last a long time. So you see that. So basically, back in the beginning of April, it was $703. Then it went down to $650, and then down to $297. And then I had another good week of $494, which I found really odd. And then the 9th, $417. And then I've since gone back up $600, almost $600. And then last week was the biggest week, $744. So I'm liking that. I'm hoping that I can keep that consistent. But the big part of it is those 4090s. If all those 4090s are running and nothing else is, I'll be just below that 700. All the other ones help me get above 700. So, and of course the 5090, that one is well rented. So yeah, it took a while to get here. It didn't happen overnight, but yeah, it's pretty nice. You know, when you were back in the mining days, when you're mining Ethereum and you're like, well, I got all this, and your money was coming in quick, so it was easy to buy hardware. I'm at that point where it's becoming easier to buy hardware because of the income coming in. So one of the things I have decided to do was deploy one more salad rig, and I am going to put it on an older board. Is it a Z370 or something like that? It was a board I used for mining. It only can take 16 gig RAM sticks. So I'll put 4 16 gig RAM sticks to get it up to 64 gig. And I will upgrade the processor because it's either a Pentium or a Celeron, one of the two. So I will upgrade that probably to an i7, just because resale will be a little bit better. i7th gen i7s were multi-threaded, while i5s were single-threaded. So figure I'd get a dual-threaded CPU, or I should say multi-threaded CPU. And so I'll put those two things in. Basically, it'll cost me about $100 to upgrade that, and put either a 3060 Ti or a 3060 in it, and go from there with Salad. So be able to add one more rig for that. All right, let me check the chat. Lots of retro mic talking. Let me see. Oh, I see. Probably because Goat was trying to goat Retro Mike into making a video, and I'm guessing Retro Mike said he's retired. Oh, Crypto Crag, I just want to retire tomorrow. You're too good to retire. Yeah. Move to the Bahamas. Bahamas are overrated. Live on the beach. What was that? Oh, they have pink sand on Bahamas. I was not aware. Well, maybe then. You'll meet Retro Mike's butler. That doesn't sound like such a bad gig. I don't know. Maybe he's really demanding. Maybe he's just really nice in his videos, but outside his videos, maybe he's just really mean. There you go. Well, what else would his butler do? Of course he'd be cleaning his FPGAs. Not gonna clean his shoe collection or something. Valley Crypto, good to see you, sir. Craig already knows you're a jerk. Got it. Bring him grapes and avocado toast in bed. Retro Beach Tech. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I think that's good, except I think you mean B-E-A-C-H. Beach is a type of tree. Solo mine in the Bahamas. Yeah, I mean, you don't have a basement to put anything in. I'd be afraid of hurricanes. Yeah. Yeah. No thanks. See, I'm not a beach person. Just not. Sand gets everywhere. Ugh. Of course, my wife was just at the beach today. And yes, Lake Michigan does have a beach. It's a real beach. I guess, well, so I'm guessing you guys can still hear me, but I asked if the music was too loud. And I never got a response that no, it's not too loud, or yes, it is too loud. Somebody responds. Swamp 7, good to see you, sir. You know, FPGAs have an issue with a Xilinx U50. Can't get it to flash back to golden image. What do you mean you can't swim in Lake Michigan, Yusuf Putz? What are you talking about? Okay, I can hear angry typing from right next to me, because she's definitely going to beg to differ. It is not, oh my God. I'm hoping you are just trolling, because wow. It wasn't frozen. It's cold, but it ain't frozen. What is the temperature of Lake Michigan? 52? Yeah, it's 52 degrees. Never hurt anybody. Gotta go do homework and eat my veggies. All right, we'll see you later, goat. You put your foot in? When did you put your foot in? Where do you live, Yusuf? You're not... Where do you live? Like, what state? I don't need to know where. Just what state? Yeah, when? Yeah, like 2 months ago? Well, yeah, it would have been colder then. But we're going into June. It's 52. And yes, 52 is cold, but not that cold. Automotive Insider. No, you don't. You live in Vancouver area. I know you do, Panda. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I showed you that. So, yeah, that's how much I made there. On Salad right now, I only have one rig on Salad right now, and it's making $1 a day. I mean, it's a 3060. It's making like 4.2 cents a day, but when you take the 10% off, it's a little under 4 cents a day. So it's really making like 91 cents a day, 92 cents a day, somewhere around there. That's the one thing you always got to take into account when you're looking at Fast and what you're making per hour versus Salad. What you're making per hour on Fast is actually what you are grossing. Obviously, it's not taking out the power, but it is what you are grossing. With Salad, when they say you're making this much per hour, no, it all depends on how you're getting paid out. So if you're getting paid out in PayPal or Venmo, once you reach $110, they pay out $100, which comes out to be right around 91%. Is what you get paid out. It's not 90%. It's like 91 point something, I believe. I've done the math before because it's actually 110.5 is what you have to actually make in order to get paid out. So this is one of the reasons why, if you look at, let me bring up, actually, let me pull it up here. Pull salad up here. And I was coming up here for a reason. Why was I coming up here? I lost my train of thought as to what. Oh, I know what I was going to do. So we look at the Salad Network monitor. So let's see. If you look at 4090s, for instance, 20 cents. Their top units make 20 cents. That's really low. That's really low. It's probably comparable to an unverified 4090. But when you compare that to a verified 4090, that's definitely considerably lower than what you'd make on VAS. 3060 Ti, 3060, those definitely are better on Salad, in my opinion. You're going to actually be more likely to get jobs. Now, that one that's running at 120 watts, the 3060 that has been running for a very long time, that one's making 4 cents, and that 4.2 cents, you got to remove the 9.1% or whatever it is. So it actually grosses less. Of course, you could argue that maybe the actual, sorry, I'm being distracted by the music. I got to turn it down. There we go. You could argue that maybe Salad isn't using as much power. I think that it depends. That's a depends. Let's see. So then we got 3060. Yeah, same thing as the 3060 Ti. The 3060 Ti doesn't get rented barely at all on Vast. So definitely 3060 Ti's are better on Salad. And so now we're kind of down into moderate. Wow, 3070 Ti's made it up into moderate. That's amazing. 6.3 cents on a 30. Yeah, again, 3000 series. Debatable. The hourly rate on the 3090, one of them's comparable of an unverified rig, and my other unverified rig is making more than this. And then my verified rig is making a lot more than this, about 50% more than this. So even 3090s, I'd say right now are better off on Vast. And then the 5000 series, you got no other choice than to put it on Vast, because they're the only ones that seem to have the tools and the documents to help people who want to use 50 series, 5000 series, whatever you want to call it, GPUs, since they do have to use new releases that are specific to the 50 series. All right, let me go back and check. Amplifier Gaming, how was the day today? Next subject. It was rough. It's definitely not the day I had planned on today. That's for sure. But you know what? That's the way it is sometimes. That's the way it is sometimes. What was that? I do have a job. Yes, I do have a job. But yeah, it was, let's see. Let me check. Crypto Crag, I want to live in the Bahamas. CT, I was in Chicago. Home game at... Wow. Did you just say Ridley Field? I'm guessing not. It's Wrigley Field. Based on the Wrigley gum. That's where the name of the ballpark comes from. Way back when. I'm surprised that they haven't sold the rights to it, which I find interesting. But yeah. Let's see. Ontario Miner, good to see you, sir. Let's see. You guys are talking back and forth. Scotty boy. And Yusuf puts Vast ain't worth the time. Well, it's worth my time. I'm pretty happy with it. Max make more on Hashcat cracking passwords than Vast. Well, if you notice, none of my rigs had Hashcat running on them. So I don't know what's up with that, but glad it's not running. I don't know if Vast put a stop to that or what, but yeah, I'm not interested in that. Not interested in that. Rather sell my compute. 25 bucks for cracking 10 digit password. Yeah, but I'm not interested in doing that for somebody else. Not interested in doing it for myself. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. What else was I going to talk about tonight? I did not look at that. Here we go. Let's look at the markets. I looked at it a while ago. Yeah, there it is. Come on. There it is. Wow, Bitcoin's gone up. Nice. It's up over 106. Ethereum up over 2,600. Wow. I did not know. Solana's over 160. Doge is back up to 20 cents. Cardano's over 70 cents. Yeah, baby. Let's see. Litecoin over 90 again. Nice. Let's see. Tau is not doing well. You want to know why? Because I bought one. Bought it at 409. So I'm not down a lot. I'm not worried about it. I thought about buying near, and of course it's up 5%. Go figure. Go figure. Caspa back up over 9 cents. I thought about buying Render. It's up 5%, of course. I do own a little bit of FET, so that's nice to see. Filecoin. I bought a little bit of this at like 2.76, I believe. So I'm still down a little bit, but nice to see that's making a comeback. And I thought about buying Theta, and of course it's up 6%. So I was basically deciding which of the AI plays I wanted to buy into, and decided based on all of your recommendations, with all the talk of Tau last night, I decided to make the leap, and it'll come back. I'm not worried about it. But it is kind of funny how like every single other AI play, I'll have to check to see what Flux is doing, but every other AI play is up. Akash up 10%. Of course it is. Of course it is. Even Ravencoin's up almost 4%. Flux. Oh, it's up 3.3%. Not bad. Not bad. Lithium still down. Demo basically flat. Dynex up 31% today. Up almost 70% for the week. Nice. Too bad I don't. No, I guess I do still hold some. I do still hold some. Let's see. What else we got going on? Pre-search is down. Whatever. And let's see. Where's Reptarium up 7%. Neoxo's up 1.63%. Yeah, that's got to make some bigger moves than that. So, yeah, market's not doing too shabby. Not too shabby at all. A lot of the big caps are doing really well. Which is honestly is kind of interesting because that's what all of the kind of experts were saying was don't put your money in Bitcoin, put your money in big cap altcoins. So let's look at a more full list. XRP up 2.5%. BMC, well, these are kind of not up much. I mean, why would anybody invest in stable coins? They're always zero. Just kidding, obviously. Tron down a little bit. Let me see. Hyperliquid just continues while it's down 1% for the week, but did well today, 7%. SWE up 2.52%. Thought about getting into this one. That's kind of a different play. I mean, I've been in Chainlink before and Avalanche. I still actually hold some of each of these in a iTrustCapital 401k, or not 401k, IRA, I should say. Which, by the way, if you are interested in a getting a crypto IRA, crypto retirement fund, iTrustCapital is good. As with anything, there's usually good things and bad things about it. The only bad thing about it is anytime you're going in or out of a trade on their platform, it's 1% fee. So the fees are pretty high on it. But if you go into it and you're kind of just stay and hold until you're ready to exit, it's going to be in and out, 2%, 1% in, 1% out. And that's what the plan is for that money, is to, once I get out, then probably transfer it back out of there when the bear market starts coming. But we'll see. I haven't decided what exactly I'm going to do with that, but we'll see. We shall see. But we're still amongst the bull market. So if you do have some IRA money or 401k money that's sitting at a company that you used to work at, you could always transfer it. Does it pretty quick. I think it was only like 14 days or something. It was pretty darn quick. So yeah, again, in the description, if you're looking for that. Let's see. What are some other ones that I didn't have on the other list? Shiba Inu. Another freaking meme coin. Sorry, community coin. Monero up 6.5% today. Nice. Yeah, I'm still kicking myself for not buying more Polkadot when it went below 4. Should have. I mean, Pi's still holding in the top 30. Kind of interesting. Aptos is up 4%. ICP, every other freaking AI coin is up today, like 6 to 7%, except for Tau or BitTensor. Ondo up 3%. That's one I keep saying I need to research this coin. Heard people talk about it, but not really like in depth. I also want to look at Athena as well. That's up 9% today. Wow. WorldCoin up 8%. Woohoo! No, thank you. Not interested. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some altcoins that have done well today. Sky up 11%. I have no idea what that is. All right, let me check back in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all Crypto Craig's fault. All Crypto Craig's fault. We said to provide on Tau, not buy Tau. Oh, I totally misunderstood. I'm not worried about it. I think it'll still go up. AIOZ nodes? Huh. We'll write that one down too. There is like so much in the way of, you know, providing infrastructure in crypto and getting paid for it, that it's like almost impossible to like keep track of all the projects. You know, I hear about different ones, but yeah. As Butler, I will check on your nodes for you. Premium service, sir. Retro Mike said, I wrote an N8N routine to monitor the nodes and consolidate the funds. Nice. See, AI putting people out of jobs already. Damn it. Oh, you're investing in only MSTR, Yusuf? Is that what you're saying? You know what you can't replace? COBOL. Actually, you can replace COBOL. It's just difficult and nobody wants to. It's just easier to keep it going at this point. Moodang doing okay. I don't know what the heck Moodang is doing. DJ, you're out of it, right? Or did you buy back in? Is that it? Moodang? Let me find. Yeah, that's the one. Up 6.5%. I didn't want year. I want. Where do you select it? I forgot where you select it. Oh, over here. Up 5.8%. But it is going up right now. Is it pretty much most of the market is? Tao is a lifestyle. No, Home Lab is a lifestyle. That's the t-shirt I bought from Goat's store. That's a cool t-shirt. So I did pull the trigger on that. You bought back in. You bought back in at 19 to 21 cents. And you're back up at 21.7. So you're up a little bit. Looks like a pump and dump chart. 19. Well, what's your average price, DJ? Not the range. What's the average? So you average at 20 cents. So basically you're up about 5%. Sounds like. Yeah, I swing trade other things. I don't swing trade meme coins because you never know when they're just going to just head to zero. Because they all will eventually. So I figured, based on what you said, it sounded like it was going to be right around 20. But welcome, DJ Minds. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Let me see. What else was I going to talk about tonight? Just a reminder, I will be talking to Ellipal tomorrow night about the X card. I was trying to recover my Titan wallet to it, and for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be working. So I have a call with them tomorrow night, I believe at 9 o'clock. So hopefully we'll get some answers there to see whether or not it is the actual Titan wallet I've got that might have a problem, whether it's the X card that has a problem, the wallet software that has a problem, or if it's just pilot error. Hopefully it's just pilot error and I'm missing something. That would be nice. Maybe I'm just not giving it enough time to like populate. I wonder if their recommendation is going to be add one coin at a time. I didn't try that yet, but maybe if I add it to a wallet and add one coin at a time so that that particular coin definitely has coins, maybe that'll work. Maybe I'll try that. Yeah, I think I will try that. And we'll see what happens. But anyway, so hopefully we'll have a video out on that. Hopefully later in the week, but we'll see. We'll see. It kind of depends on what comes of it. I don't remember who was always on me about the microwave, knowing what circuit it was on. And so right now I'm going between 11.2 and 12.5 kilowatts. So right now this is what it looks like. There we go. So if you can see that, the microwave is like down near the bottom. But this is just what it currently is. Now, if I change it to, let's say week, because it hadn't been on for over a month. So whatever is on the week, and yeah, we didn't have the microwave on for very long, but it's definitely registering the microwave. So yes, I did test all of the circuits. They all are currently working. We haven't turned on the oven yet. It's interesting that the kitchen GFI is saying nothing. And I know we made coffee. So actually, I'm thinking that maybe the kitchen GFI outlet is not what I think it is. I swear I thought I had seen that it provided power, but maybe not. So I'll have to look at that one. That one, other than that one, everything else is good. Yeah, I'll have to look. I should really start to take a look at some of these other circuits and see what else is pulling, to see if there's anything else that pulls more than some of these other smaller circuits. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, it's back up and running. So since I started this a few days ago, 238 kilowatt hours is what I have used. Yeah, they did predict that I was going to use 6,200, right around there, kilowatt hours for the month of May. You know, it's May 5th to like June 5th. So I'm not quite at the end of the billing period, but I am curious to see what my savings is this month. I really suspect, because the hourly rates that I've been finding seem to be pretty much the same as they were, or maybe even a little bit better because May was relatively cool, while the standard rate has gone up. So I'm really curious to see how much money I would have saved in May. I looked at it on the standard rate at the predicted amount of power. The power bill would be over $1,000, which would be the first time I've had a single month be over $1,000. But again, I'm not on the standard rate. I'm on the hourly rate, so I'm kind of suspecting it'll be around like 850, somewhere around there. So, but yeah. Let's see. Let me check the chat again. DJ keeps money. DJ Money Mines. Plug ASIC into kitchen GFI. I can just turn on the coffee maker, and when I turn on the coffee maker, see which other circuit it might be. Yes, that's the other thing I'm really curious about. My capacity charge, they've warned everybody that the capacity charge is going up. But the question is how much, and that I don't know. My capacity charge went down a lot last year. I mean, it's only $5 a month, which is crazy. I think the worst I've ever had has been like $20 a month. But remember, with the capacity charge, the when is like one of the, basically I take the 5 highest draw periods from the previous year and then find out how much you draw during those periods of time, and that defines your capacity charge. Well, because I have solar, I'm actually offsetting it a bit during those high demand periods, while other people aren't. So my capacity charge, I save money on the capacity charge because of having solar. So it definitely helps. No, because it definitely isn't on the right circuit. That much I do know, because you turned it on this morning, and I'm looking at history, like the last week. Let's see. I got a notice last month. Yeah, I got the same notice. Yours is 3.47. Okay, well, is that the new one or is that the old one, Frankie? I don't think everybody's bill finishes at the same time. When is your closing date, Frankie? Is yours going to be on the 5th, just like mine? That's the old rate. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, you factor that in. I mean, yeah, June what? Like what do you know when your bill's going to be closing? June new rate takes effect. Oh yeah, I know. I know my next bill will have the new rate. It's not based upon when you generated the electricity. It's based upon when the bill is. And so, yeah, as far as I understand it, the whole month or the whole bill will be based upon the June rates, as I understand it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I always go into my ComEd account online and I look at the expected. Let me, I'm going to do it down on the lower screen. Log in, and then I'll bring up the expected. Sign in. Come on. Every time they work on their website, I swear to God, they make it worse. Let's see. I think it's... where is it? View my projected bill. Yeah, projected bill is now projected to be $6,300. But what's interesting is I feel like they are factoring in what they think I'm using for solar. So like they're taking what my total is, because I'm only like a day away and the net electricity use is about 5.1 megawatts. So 5,100 kilowatt hours. So I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think they're just overestimating how much my solar is actually generating. Last month of May, God, with all the smoke and the cloudiness, yeah, it was not a good May. It was like in the last 5 years, there was only one May that was worse. The last 2 years prior to this, it was phenomenal. Almost made 1 megawatt each of those Mays. The previous 2 Mays, they were like 950 kilowatt hours. Each of those months. But yeah, now this one was just over 700, I think, something like that. It wasn't, it was significantly below, but you know, that's the way it works. You have some good months up till that point. It's been the best year ever. To say that in like your 7th year of having solar, that's pretty rare. So eventually it's going to have time to even out a bit. And in actuality, the other part of it is, I'm not even generating on one of my panels because I've got an optimizer out. And it doesn't make sense to pay somebody like $500-600 to replace one optimizer. You got to wait until you have at least a couple out before it makes sense to put somebody up there, because the optimizers are cheap. It's all about the labor in finding the right optimizer and replacing it. Plus, the optimizers are under warranty, the actual optimizers themselves. So, but yeah, we'll see what it ends up being. But it's supposed to close on June 5th. Yeah, I mean, today I was driving home actually. Hell, the sun didn't even look round. It actually looked like oblique. It was obviously being affected by a lot of the smoke. That wasn't, so we did have the dust storm. We did have that as well. But right now, I think we're getting hit with the Canada smoke. So, all set. Good to see you. Good to see you. And thank you for joining us, Frankie, 2 times. Appreciate it. But yeah, have you looked... Frankie, actually, check in... Did I put it in this description? Let me see... How did I not put it in this? Well, in my last video, where I talked about the hourly program, there's a sheet in there that can help you figure out what your savings is on the ComEd program, because the ComEd system's broken. Won't tell you, and you probably already know this, won't tell you how much money you're saving on the program. Hasn't done it for about 18 months, since January of last year. That was the last bill where I could see that it was telling me what I was saving. So yeah, their hourly program website that you can log into, completely busted. Completely busted. It'll tell you what the current rate is. It'll tell you all that stuff, but it won't help you evaluate what your savings are. Let's see. Yeah, and actually, it was pretty wild. I was down at work, so I was looking at it as it came up through Joliet. And wow, is all I can say. It got dark. It got pretty darn dark. It was to the point where I was like, is that rain? No, that's like raining dust is what it was doing, because you could hear it hit the ground. So yeah, it was pretty amazing. Oh, your wife's calendar. Well, it varies. Like late last year, I was closing on the 1st, and their closing dates have been all over the place. I was actually kind of annoyed because the bills overlapped, and I had the bill going to my bank. So the bank just pays whatever's on the bill. Well, I made a payment, but the payment came after the next bill came up. And so it then paid that amount. So right now I've got like an extra $550 just sitting in the ComEd account as a credit, which is not ideal to say the least. But my next power bill will be a lot less expensive to pay in full. So there's that. And one thing I do want to figure out, I actually used a there was like a special financing program along with other incentives and things when I replaced my furnace and my air conditioner. And that was a number of years ago. I think it was a 10-year payment plan. And the nice thing about it is that the increase in payment was offset by the savings that it provided. So the net of it was zero. And then once I obviously have it fully paid off, then I'll start realizing more of the benefits from it. You're in New Lenox. Oh, okay. Oh, kids got scared. Yeah, I bet they did. Yeah, you're not too far away. Like literally my office that I'm in, I look out and I see Interstate 80 that's maybe 100 feet away. It's right next to the expressway, which is really annoying when the trucks want to lay on the horn. It gets pretty loud from time to time. I'm afraid eventually one time I'm going to look out the window and there's just going to be a humongous accident with a truck just laying on their horn. But hopefully not. Hopefully not. Don't wish that on anybody. All right. So yeah, Mudang went up to, did it do that while we were sitting here? Maybe. That was at like 9:05 was when it peaked out at 22 cents. Now it's back down to 21 as of 9:15. Yeah, I think we came into it at 9:15, so not at 9:10 or 9:05. But okay. I-80 is bad right now by Joliet. Yeah, no worries, Frankie, 2 times. So yeah, it is definitely bad. You can't, there's like certain like exits that are just completely closed. But I get off of 55 before I-80 in order to get to my office. So it doesn't affect me at all. At least not yet. Drama alert. Did we talk about Caspa? No, we did not talk about Caspa. We talked about Caspa a little bit last night. Yeah, I just haven't really looked into it. I've heard people mention it. And yeah, Shy, however you pronounce his name, obviously has a difference of opinion. And him leaving the project is probably not good for Caspa. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I just got confirmation Shy is leaving. Yeah, it kind of makes me like, do I get out of it now? Do I not get out of it? I don't know. Not really sure what to do with it. It's not that I hold that much of it, so I'm not really all that concerned. But I might move it into something else. Maybe. Bitcoin's taking a little bit. It was up well over 106 if I recall. And now it seems to have dropped back down a bit. But hey, I'm not upset with where it is. Not at all. I did watch a video on the way home, which I found pretty interesting. So you've heard me talk about QE2. And let me put you back on full screen. You've heard me talk about QE2 and global M2 money supply. And it appears, based on this one guy's video, that no matter what the Fed is actually saying, what they're actually doing is printing money. So the money supply in the US is going up. It's the highest it's been since 2022. So that was pretty interesting revelation, assuming it's true, which I have not verified. So that's interesting. And if we get past this tariff monkey business without any crazy tariffs, I think we might see a rate reduction towards the end of third quarter, which would be a very nice lead in to what a lot of people have predicted as a fourth quarter bull market run. That'd be pretty nice. That would be pretty nice. I would like that. If adversity doesn't break you, it makes you stronger. I seen that on a goat t-shirt. I didn't see that on one of his t-shirts. There's a chance. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm going to cut this one a little bit short. I've been going for about an hour. I started late, and it has been a long-ass day. Really long-ass day. But I do appreciate you guys all being here. We'll have to kind of play this a little bit by ear to see if I can still hold the 8 o'clock slot reliably. I think today was kind of unusual. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see if it was unusual or if this becomes just a what's the latest crisis that's going to keep me at work. This one was, like I said, fairly unusual. So I don't foresee this particular reason happening again for quite a while. Famous last words. But so alrighty, guys, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. And as always, no tabs were harmed in the making of this video. Good night, everybody.